Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today. And today, the Houston Astros beat the Miami Marlins 10-5 in spring training. 9 hits for the Marlins, 8 for the Astros today, 2 errors for both teams. And even though Ronel Blanco pitched poorly, he still gets the win to improve to 1-1 in spring. Almost 4 innings today for Ronel, but still was terrible. 7 hits and 4 earned runs given up, 4 strikeouts and 1 walk. Someone who was terrible, just like Blanco, maybe not. Definitely was worse than Blanco. Cabrera goes to 0-2 in spring training. He didn't even get 1 out in this game because the Astros scored 8 runs in the first inning. Let's start off with that. But he gave up 3 earned runs, which were all in the first inning, and that was only on 1 hit given up. Gave up 2 walks and gets pulled in the first inning. So Blanco was definitely not amazing in this game, but it doesn't get better. It doesn't get worse than Cabrera, who had a terrible outing. But Astros get the 10-5 win. Let's go with the scoring summary because this game was exciting. This is the game I wish was on TV for the Houston Astros today, not that ugly 1-1 tie game. This is what you love to see. I know Jose Altuve and Yordan Alvarez were playing in that game. Let's not act like those two didn't combine for 1-for-6 today. This is the game you wanted to watch if you're an Astros fan. This game I would have preferred to watch. First inning, what does it start off with? Brendan Rodgers, who had a monster game today, hits a clearing bases double, and it scores McCormick, DeZenzo, and Gamble. You think, okay, that's it for the inning. It's 3-0, right? Nope, because after that, Guillorme in short reach base, and César Salazar hits a bomb. What a week it's been for him. Just a couple Saturdays ago, just recently this past Saturday for the Houston Astros, hit a walk-off 3-run home run. What does he do today? First inning, grand slam to make it 7-0. It's 396 feet to right center. Rodgers scored, Guillermo, and short score, and it's 7-0. You for sure thought, okay, after that home run for César Salazar, that would be it for the Astros in that first inning. Nope, back-to-back home runs. Colin Price sends one deep. Home run to left center, 370 feet. It's 8-0. All right, you then see the Marlins get it going. 5 unanswered runs with a double play that scores a run in the first and then a Wagman home run in the second. A Norby sacrifice fly. A Sanchez double to left to score Lopez, and a RBI walk for Stowers. It's 8-5. But Rodgers and Salazar, who started that first inning, are going to end it with the runs for the Astros today. RBI single for Brendan Rodgers. Luis Baez scores. It's 9-5. An RBI single for César Salazar, and it's a 10-5 game with Barber scoring. Unbelievable day for both of Rodgers and Salazar. Unbelievable. And I will say this. Rodgers needs to make the roster. And Salazar, I'm just going to say this one too. If you're the Astros, I would potentially consider having César Salazar make the Houston Astros opening day roster. This might sound crazy, but have him as the backup catcher to open up the season. And the reason I say this is you're probably thinking, what about Victor Caratini? Maybe you consider, with Christian Walker on the injured list to start off the season, not able to go, maybe you consider putting Victor Caratini at first base. He's been getting hot recently. He's batting .260 in spring. Maybe you consider having Victor Caratini at first base to open up the season. I'd rather have him there than John Singleton, who's batting .103 this spring. I'd rather have either Zach DeZenzo or Caratini at first base. And if you put either one of those guys there, but if you put Victor Caratini at first to open up the season, if Walker can't go, then Salazar's the backup catcher. But that's just one of my ideas I had. I don't think it happens, but that is one idea I think the Astros should explore, because I think you got to stay away from putting John Singleton at first base. Whatever the Astros have to do, stay away from having John Singleton at first base, whether it's Caratini or Zach DeZenzo at first base, whether it's putting Isak at first base and putting Cam Smith, the prospect, at third base. Whatever the Astros have to do, keep John Singleton away from this roster, please. I love his defense. He's a good defensive first baseman, but offensively, the Astros have too many weaknesses on this team, in this lineup, with Chas McCormick and Jake Myers and Mauricio Dubon. To have another guy like that with John Singleton, I'm sorry. But So Salazar could be a good option for the Houston Astros team potentially. And also, this is another thing the Astros can consider, but he's also been a guy that's played in the outfield before. He's not just a catcher, so that would be another interesting thing for the Astros to consider. But Brendan Rodgers, he needs to be on the roster, especially not only the fact that he's been hot recently and he's batting .304 this spring, but if Altuve's in left field and Dubon's a second baseman, and we know how bad he's been this spring, Brendan Rodgers could be the Houston Astros second baseman instead of Dubon if Dubon carries over these spring training struggles over to the regular season. And Brendan Rodgers would be a good option. And he's just as good defensively as Dubon. Has made some great defensive plays so far in spring training. All right, let's get over to the Astros lineup. Chas McCormick went 1 for 3 today. Had a first inning walk, single to. He had 2 at bats. He was at the plate twice in the first inning. First inning he walked, and then the first inning as well, single to right to get Okia to second. Lined out in the third and sixth inning, ground out to shortstop. He was replaced by Sullivan, Joseph Sullivan, who walked in the eighth. Ben Gamble was 1 for 3 today, single to right. McCormick to third. First inning struck out looking, ground out to second in the fourth. Luis Baez was 0 for 2 today, safe at first on a throwing error by third baseman Snyder, and then grounded into double play in his second at bat. Zach DeZinzo was 0 for 2 today, walked in the first inning, grounded into a double play and lined out to left. He's still batting .310 this spring though. Colin Barber 0 for 1, replacing him, lined out to right in a walk. Brendan Rodgers was amazing today, 2 for 4, 3 RBI double in the first inning, a line out in his next couple at bats, a shortstop in second, and an RBI single in the seventh inning. Chase Dorowski replaced him, safe at first on fielding error in his only at bat. So that's the two errors for the Marlins. Luis Garame went 1 for 3 today, first inning walk, a single in the seventh inning to left, and Zach Short went 0 for 3 today. Walked in the first inning, and then that was it for him. César Salazar went 2 for 4 today, homered grand slam in his first at-bat. A couple of groundouts in the third and fifth inning, and then walked in the seventh and ninth inning single to right. Colin Price went 1 for 4. He hit his home run, was hit by a pitch in the third, but then went cold the rest of the day, sixth, seventh inning, struck out, lined out, and then flat out to right in the ninth. And that was really it. Ronel Blanco, I talked about him being terrible today. It could have been worse, though. Luis Contreras pitched the next couple innings, pitched the end of the fourth and the fifth. Only get 1 hit, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. He still has yet to give up a run this spring. Maybe he's an option the Astros consider in the bullpen. Nick Hernandez, get 1 hit and 1 walk. Not terrible. Okert pitched, again, really good outing. Get 1 hit, 3 strikeouts. Get 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Bennett Sowosa pitched the 8th inning for the Astros and had a clean inning. But even though he pitches 1 inning and doesn't give up a hit, a run, or a walk, his ERA is still at 11.57. And starting to become one of my favorite Houston Astros to come off this bullpen if he makes the roster. Luke Van Way, love this guy, pitched the 9th inning, gave 1 walk. And he's at this point now is at like 13, 14 innings, if not more in spring, and has only given up 1 earned run. He's been absolutely spectacular so far this spring. Love to see another great outing for Luke Van Way. And at this point, I think he's definitely going to make the Astros opening roster when the Astros are 2 weeks away from opening day. Literally 2 weeks away. Let me know your thoughts on the Astros 10-5 win in the comment section, and peace out. Go Stros.